Deep within the Tamashii Nation's headquarters exists the Perfect Goku Figure. But should they release it to the public, it will be the beginning of the end.
So now that I've sensationalized it enough, what exactly do I mean by the Perfect Goku Figure, and why would it be the beginning of the end if they did release it? Well, let me lay some foundation. What would the Perfect Goku Figure look like anyways, right? And to keep it long story short, it would basically just be a statue with joints. Roll the credits.
No, wait, come back!
Now, I know some of y'all might have saw that coming or what have you, but then there's other questions, right, that pop up. So now we run into the second question. If that perfect figure does so-called exist in the Tamashii Nation's headquarters, why don't they release it? Well, once again, I'm going to lay a little bit of groundwork from the perspective I'm coming from. If any of you are into, certain conspiracy theories, you hear things like at Area 51, they have technology that's way beyond what we're actually using, and we're using a bunch of old technology. Even when you have the latest iPhone or the latest Galaxy or the latest OnePlus, whatever phone or technology that we're using, it is ultimately a bunch of old technology, and all the state-of-the-art, up-to-date stuff is held in that secret facility, right? And that's how I'm treating Tamashii for the sake of this conspiracy, right? Because while I'm a little bit serious, it's mostly done for fun, right? So now, if they give us this penultimate Goku figure, then they can no longer maximize their profits. Now, what do I mean by that? Because they would still be able to make money if they gave us like a perfect Goku figure. It's just that, like I said, you would no longer be able to upgrade the figure. So for example, during the 1.0 era, back when Tamashii Nations first started with the Dragon Ball line in 2009 or something like that, we had the 1.0 era of Gokus, right? They gave us Super Saiyan Goku, they gave us base Goku, and they gave us a repainted Super Saiyan Goku, which was some type of, I think it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, right? It had more like the anime, darker orange anime colors to it. But then we get to the 2.0 era and they give us another base Goku, it's just on an updated mold, right? And then so on. We get Super Saiyan Goku, we get Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, Ultra Instinct Goku, Kaioken Goku, and in some cases, we got some of these figures during the 1.0 era. If we get a penultimate Goku, yeah, you can do a bunch of different forms and even outfits, right? But you can't, the ability to be able to sell us the same figure over and over while upgrading it and whatnot, that way of selling us figures would make a whole lot more money than giving us some penultimate mold and then only being able to give us new forms or a couple different outfits of Goku, right? And so this is what I'm saying. You start with this penultimate mold and then you work your way backwards, meaning start adding certain design flaws and whatnot so you can eventually give us an upgraded version later on. I'll give an example of something that I look at as like a kind of intentional design flaw. Either that or they're overthinking it. But for the sake of my conspiracy, we're going to say it's a design flaw. Intentional design flaw at that. Let's take the best Goku figure out right now, for example, right? Let's look at the hips, for example. Why were the hips done in that particular fashion? Let me explain. Now that we're looking closer in at the hips, right? Why didn't they just use the Ultimate Gohan hips? It seems like they made it that way and then made it aesthetically worse. For what reason? For more movement? Couldn't they have just done the soft crotch piece and also done the Ultimate Gohan style hips? And kept it like that? Get the best of both worlds? Couldn't it have worked that way? Now, to be fair, once you have them posed up, this is not a big deal at all, but it just seems like something that was unnecessarily done is what I'm getting at. That's the main point. It seems like something that was unnecessarily done and they could have went without it, but they did it anyways. Same thing if we look at the figure's abdomen. And with the abdomen, it seems like, My good man AFFM Customs, definitely check him out. He came out with a conversion joint, or well, he did come out with a conversion joint. That's for the neck pegs if you want to fit certain head sculpts onto the more updated molds, right? Like from third party or from older tamashii figures. But that's not what I wanted to get at here. Here he has a torso extender joint that goes inside the figure, and when you swap it out, it looks so much better. And to be fair, it's not even like a huge change, and that's what I mean by certain subtle design choices that seem intentional. Like, so we put this flaw here, so when you get your next Goku figure with the updated molds and it's fixed, it's like, oh wow, like this is so much better than the last one that we got, when it really was put there on purpose. Now, do I know that for sure? Hell no, I don't know that for sure. But all I know is I'm somebody could be watching this in that company and be like, what the hell is this guy talking about, you know? That's me toot my own horn. I doubt anybody from Tamashii is actually watching my videos at this point in time, at least. But yeah, it seems like something that could have easily been fixed, but it was left there as a flaw, you know? Like I said, to be fair, ultimately these things are not like a big deal, because like I said, once you pose these figures up, it's a wrap. Like, it looks awesome posed up. It looks like really good once you have this figure posed up. But it's certain things like, it's like, but why though? That could have easily been fixed.
Objection!
A counter argument to this could be that, well, it's just Tamashii simply experimenting with the mold in this era of the 3.0, right? They're just experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, you know, things of that nature. And to that, I would say that's most likely true. Very true. But then I would still say what I say still holds true, right? They keep on trying to reinvent the wheel when they don't have to. Things have worked, and then you just keep on adding to what worked, right? So for example, like I mentioned with the hips don't look very good, right? They don't look very good. They look better than how they did on Trunks, but they still don't look that good. The best look that they had for the hips, in my opinion, in terms of this 3.0 era, was the Ultimate Gohan Super Saiyan 4 hips. They could have kept those hips and then, of course, done that soft crotch piece, but they didn't do that. They gave us these hips with the weird lip at the top, as I like to call it, the hip lip, you know. And like I said, see, right, even like you can see it right here, it looks very nice posed up, very nice. You can't, no disputing that. Looks very nice posed up, but you know, that hip lip is completely unnecessary. No reason to have it there. It doesn't add to the movement at all. In fact, I'm sure they could have created that same range of movement without having that hip lip there. But none of this proves that they have that hidden figure in the back, or that perfect figure already exists. Yeah, ultimately none of this proves it. But I'm sure they know that they could make that penultimate figure, and I'm sure they see the certain easily fixable flaws. Not even stuff that's like where they have to take stuff completely back to the drawing board. Just easily fixable stuff, you know? I'm sure they see all these things and ultimately know that they can fix them. It's just that, hey, more figures to sell, more Goku figures for the future. So when we finally do get the, when they give us a problem and then also give us the solution, it's like, yo, oh shit, like these new Goku figure is amazing. I don't even know how I played with that old Goku figure. It looks so disjointed and whatnot. You know, when we have our Goku figure having the similar hips to like a Storm collectible figure, it will be like, whoa, like I can't believe we used to play with that back in the day. But you know, even like the 1.0 figures, I used to think those were like the best thing since sliced bread, and then we have what we have now, and I'm like, oh, that looks so dated, you know? But this has been a bombastic conspiracy, and if I feel like I might have overtime for this one, but there's been a bombastic conspiracy. Thank you for listening, if you still are. And until next time,